Hi, I'm Dick Eydt with Bites by Eydt. We are a boutique catering company based in Atlanta, Georgia, and we travel up and down the eastern seaboard providing special events, dinners, celebrations. You know, we've been doing this now for about 7 years, and it's not like we cure cancer or do anything tremendous. But what we do is we make those events special, and our clients love us because we bring all the food to the clients' homes, we prepare it there, we bring all the equipment, the plates, the glasses, the silverware, the napkins, everything, and we serve it, we clean up and take everything away. So our host or hostess, they don't have to do any work. They don't have to clean any dishes or dry any glasses, and that's why they love us. And we have, great personalities, we're friendly, we're versatile. We always get special requests, can you do this, can you do that? And it's like, sure, we can do anything you want. It's your party, you're paying for it, and we'll just make it that much more special. So that's why we always get great reviews, lots of referrals, and our business continues to thrive in all these environments. So thank you very much, and thank you again. This is our 7th season of cooking for Eat This TV, and our viewership every time just expands and grows, and we're very excited about that. We're over close to 1 million views per episode, and we couldn't be happier. And we have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun when we do this. Coming up from Atlanta to New York, I stay with my brother and sister-in-law, and we get together, have nice dinners, and they get to come here and cook for you all, and it's fun. Today we're going to do a little variation. Instead of a French onion soup, we're going to do a caramelized onions on a toasted baguette, a crostini. And it's one of those appetizers that we do for our clients. It's different, it's flavorful, and yummy. And who doesn't like yummy food? So we'll start with that. So we will start with the onions. I use Vidalia onion. It's already sweet, and I'll cook it in a extra virgin olive oil. I'll get the heat up here, and so that's the basis of it, and I'll cut it in half along here and then peel it, and I'll peel off a good portion of it, and then I'll cut it with the grain of the onions, so it's less crying on my end, and I'm rupturing less cells of the onion, and it keeps it more intact. And I will cut off both ends, and I'll make little slivers of this. And for this, so when you're doing something like this, the difference between making this for 2 people or 10 people is not that much. So I'm using a half an onion, and that will be enough for 4 little crostinis. So if you want more, just cook off a few more of the onions and a few more of the baguettes, and you're good to go. I can hear the oil going, so I'll pop these in there. Now when you're cooking these, you don't want to make it so it's a smothered onion. You don't want to add too much because you do want it to caramelize and cook down. I added the oil to it, and then give that a little stir. And now for some extra flavor, I'll add a half a stick of butter. See how that goes. Get that piece out of there. And this will take, 5-10 minutes to cook down. In the meantime, I'll get the crostini ready to go. Great aromas. I will add a bay leaf to it. I'll add 2 bay leaves to it. And then I'm going to add some sherry vinegar to it afterwards. And I'll add some garlic. So for this, I'll add one garlic, that's it. I don't want to go overboard with it. Cut that down, take out the pith. Where is that pith? There it is. Right there. And right there. A nice little chop on this. So whenever I cook, I'm always watching when I'm cutting, but I'm also keeping one eye on what I'm cooking on the stovetop. I like this setup in this kitchen because I can stay on camera and I can be cooking on the stovetop here. Everything is within a manageable distance. I'm not walking all around. For the crostini, we'll cook that in the oven. But okay, there's one good-sized garlic clove. This is cooking nicely. Keep on stirring it. And I'm going to turn down the heat. It was on sort of a higher temperature. Now I'm going to turn it down to a medium. And I'll add the garlic to it. And I'll add some, either on the herbs, you can either have fresh herbs or dry herbs. I prefer using fresh, but you know, depending on the season, you can't always find fresh herbs. This one was dried, which is fine. And you can see the nice coloring on this already. And they've been in for less than 2 minutes. I will add a little of the pink Himalayan sea salt to it. If you wanted to, you could always add a little sugar to it to give it some more caramelization, to give it a little more sweetness. But I think with the Vidalias, I think you're fine with that. If you wanted to add honey to it, you could add honey. And we'll just let that cook down. I will do a crostini. And this is a baguette that I bought yesterday and let it sit out. So it gets a little bit crunchy in the outside. I like the crunchiness. I like this baguette. When you bite into it, you can really feel it on the roof of your mouth. So let me just clean up the edges on that. And here, I'll cut them into half. I will then brush them with a little extra virgin olive oil. I'll do one side with a good lathering of it. Make sure you get the edges, the fronts, the backs, and then I'll take it and put it on top and press it down. So now I have the olive oil on both sides. You might have thought, well, it's a little bit heavy of olive oil, but when you press it down and transfer the top to the bottom, it's nice. Again, I want to go back over to make sure that the edges are covered, which they are. I'll add some more pink Himalayan sea salt and then some freshly ground pepper. Again, I always use the helicopter effect so I don't get too much of the salt on one area. Same thing with the pepper. And there you go. I'll put this in the oven. It will cook tops 5 minutes, and we'll take it out and then we'll dress it. So stick it in there. This oven's set at 400 degrees, and I'll set my timer for 5 minutes, and we'll let this cook down some more. You can see the caramelization, the coloring on this is turning out nicely, and we'll just let this reduce down, and then we'll add our sherry vinegar to it. So hang on in there. Okay, so great caramelization on these onions. I did add in the garlic. I'm going to take these out and put them on a towel. And then to do the final dressing, I will add some sherry vinegar to it, just to give it a little bit of a little tartness, a little kick to it. It'll be a nice little contrast in flavor. And we'll get some of that out of there. The crostini has been in the oven for a good 10 minutes or so. We'll take those guys out and then we'll plate it, put some Gruyère cheese onto it, and be ready to go. So some good heat to it. I don't really want a lot of color to it. And it's a little bit brown on the outsides. And I'm gonna take the onions, put in a bowl, clean this up, and then we'll add a little bit of the sherry vinegar to it, maybe a tablespoon tops. Mix that around. Okay. We'll plate this up. Nice coloring. And the second one. And for these, if I could cut them into half again as a hors d'oeuvre, is what I'd probably do. So it's more of a bite-sized piece. If it was a first course, I would leave it at this side. So I'll show you each one. I'll add a little bit of the thyme to it. A little sprinkle, again sort of helicopter. I'll cut this one in half and plate this up. And this one will be whole. And then we'll put some nice Gruyère cheese on this. So it's a bit of a variation of a French onion soup, but a little bit different, being on a crostini. It has all the same ingredients that you would have, or the base of it anyway. And then another little for color. And there you go. What do you call it? Caramelized onion crostini, French onion crostini on a baguette with some sherry vinegar for a little bite to it, Gruyère cheese, and some fresh thyme. Enjoy. I'm Dick Eydt with Bites by Eydt, and thank you for joining us for this episode.